Ugh. Just let it out, son. Why do we have to spend our whole lives on this stupid ocean anyway? I hate it. I've told you, Rudd. Land is just too valuable for us to afford. Back when the world was fighting global warming, everyone needed to move out to the coasts to stay cool. Eventually, water levels flooded out the old cities, so super cities sprang up. People whose homes had flooded crowded these super cities, so they had to build more, then more, and then more, and more, and even more. Everything in the center of the continents was abandoned and eventually decayed. Once the world had cooled again, there was no financial incentive to move back to the wasteland floodplains, and there's no possible way for us to survive on land like that. Besides, we don't even have citizenship. We were born on the tide, right here on this pressure-powered boat. Son, hang on, I'm going to get help. What do we do? I think he has salt lung. The best doctors are at the coastal cities. I have to get him there now. Just hang on, son. Just hang on.
What do you think you're doing?
You have to help me. I'm not a citizen, but it's my son. I think he has salt lung. He spent his whole life on the ocean, and you gotta help me.
I don't think so.
Listen, I wouldn't ask if it weren't life or death.
I said no.
I'm bringing my son through that gate if it's the last thing I do.
Not so.
Dad? Dad! Take care of the boat, son. And Kobe, you take care of my boy Rudd. Scientists continue to wonder exactly what is going on. The rising ocean has claimed the last major city where all government officials had been residing. They're all lost now, and some remaining enclaves are beginning to riot. Here we go, Kobe. This is the last iceberg on the planet. Once I get this into the Tropic of Cancer, there'll be nothing left in the sea to melt. Every major city on this earth was built so close to water, and the rich ran right to it. They were so vulnerable. How could they be so stupid? I can't believe you did this, Rudd. So many people. People? We flooded out the kind of people who killed my dad. Along the coastline. The real people are back on the mainland. And we made them free again by flooding out the ridiculous government leaders. And now without those border checkpoints, I'll be able to get off the ocean and onto land without my citizenship. I can finally get off this ocean. Huh? What's going on here? I thought the government was disbanded. Not all of it. The most privileged were able to save themselves and make it to dry land. We're gonna try to start over with what little we have now. It never ends, does it? I could drown the whole world and the rich would still be able to live on the last boat and kill those who tried to get on. Has it all been for nothing then? Not so. I just got an idea. I can redeem this situation. The government's goal, above protecting its people, is self-perpetuation. However, this is one of the last stands of high society, and they don't have many people or resources. I'm going to get the people their land back. It'll take generations upon generations for the government to get back to where it was, and maybe the people will be able to have more say in it this time. Give the people land back? It's a little late for that, don't you think? Not so, Kobe. I'm gonna have to leave you here with some supplies for your own good. Don't worry, though. At this time of crisis, the guards aren't going to harm you. I don't understand. Just trust me. My dad told me this is a pressure-powered ship. I'm no scientist, but I do know that dense air, or pressurized air, is cooler than hot air. If I were to release enough pressure quick enough, I could be able to freeze the entire area and start the promotion of a new ice region, which ought to displace enough water eventually.
Take care of it, little son.
I'm sorry, Dad, but after all these years I'll have to break your wish. For the good of mankind, I must destroy this ship. Well, there's only one place to start. The Arctic Ring. Time to go back there one final time. This was a nice boat, but I've always hated the sea life. I'll see you soon, Dad.